Sunday is coming. That's the one time that seems a little bit more motivated about coming to church. So let's tell them we'll be happy to have them here. Right. So let's put the word out. Have a nice service on Easter Sunday. And then, yeah, the week before, the 13th, Saturday the 13th, 2 weeks from today, 2 weeks from yesterday. This is Sunday. 2 weeks from yesterday, we'll have a cleanup day, and we'll pray for some decent weather. We'll identify a couple of projects, try to spruce the place up a little bit, and get it in full splendor array for hopefully good outpouring of the Lord's Spirit and good attendance. I've gotta say, water heater.
On demand.
Probably the person I'm talking to. What?
On demand.
What?
Didn't you get it on
Yeah,
demand?
got an on-demand water heater, and it should be pretty, said it should hang right there on that wall where the old water heater was, and the breaker box is right behind it, so we should be able to run 1.5 or 2 foot worth of wire. And it's, I said it's tankless, it's just a little, window air conditioner sized unit, and will give us instant hot water, get the dishes and stuff. So it'll be a big improvement over what we've got now, and the good news is it should be pretty efficient. It only comes on when you use it, so it's not heating the water unnecessarily when you're not using it. So
And before that, we'll fix the faucet so we can actually turn the water on.
we'll fix the faucet. We got that, and we got some plumbing work that we need to spruce up on, and
It's dark in the women's restroom, there's no light.
yeah, the light switch was acting weird. So yeah, we got a few different projects that we need to.
Fluorescent bulbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we may just replace that whole thing, to be honest. We may just put in some LEDs and upgrade while we're
Can.
doing it. So move forward on that. So we'll look at what we've got and do some measuring and try to get some planning done before our fix-up day. And there's plenty of several days between now and then. If that day doesn't work for your schedule, but you want to contribute, contact me and we'll come down and we can work other times. I don't want to dissuade anybody. We'll open her up and you can come down here at midnight on Tuesday if that fits your availability and you want to help out. We'll make that happen. So plenty to be done, and we welcome everybody to come out and help. I think noon on that Saturday is what we're targeting as a start time, and so there'll be plenty to do, I'm sure. So please come and contribute. And then again, tell folks about our Easter Sunday service upcoming.
No, we won't be having a dinner that day, will we? Or we planned it.
I don't know.
A dinner?
Well, we used to before.
You can have one, I don't care.
Well,
No.
I was just wondering, because we used to do it.
Well, we can talk about that. Have one, if folks want to have one, we can have one. I'm fine either way. So we can talk about that.
Just don't bring him no Waldorf salad.
Right? No marshmallow salad for me, thanks.
I like it. I'll eat it.
Yep, Pop was crazy about that stuff. Not me. Yuck. Ain't nothing good in it. But, so we got that going on. Any other announcements that anybody's aware of? All right. All right, any other prayer requests?
Pray to find a good doctor.
Pray for a good doctor for.
Any doctor.
Any doctor, don't care.
Doesn't have to be a good
As long as they
one.
give me my medicine.
Had some challenges on the hill with Dr. Front, but we know the Lord's able, so pray that we
I
can.
hear they're getting harder and harder to find. Do you know my doctor? They don't take Social Security, or they don't take Medicare and
Bunch,
Medicaid
yeah,
anymore.
bunch of places won't take
Only
Medicaid or
reason they kept
Medicare.
his.
We found one that would, they said, yeah, but they won't prescribe any medication. So,
Well,
well,
describe the medication. and
You're
that's-
kidding.
No,
less helpful than you
there
think.
are
yeah,
less doctor's offices. Yeah,
Dr. Riddell, she's the one I got, and they do take the medicine,
but where is
Where is
she?
she?
21st,
No.
and they are.
That's a long way from where we are, is the
Yeah.
downside in our.
Well, that's a long way from where I
Yeah.
am too.
Yeah, we're
That's
trying to
closer than
find,
Irving.
we're trying to find somebody reasonably local. That's, we had, the one she had was at Central and
Hillside.
and they were not very responsive. They
They were idiots.
messed things up every time, acted like they didn't know who she was.
Well, that's not good.
Stay up, we've got it handled. And my wife would drive out there and pick up the prescription. Oh, no, we don't. We don't have it. What's her name again? What does she want again? That's about every time.
Every
Drive 10
month.
miles out. Okay, well, we'll have it tomorrow. You can safe bet she can get back out there. What? Who now? You want what? No. Well, come tomorrow though. We'll have it. So, and once or twice would be literally every single time.
month,
Every time.
every month.
One more thing.
No, I got tired of that. Now they're lucky. It's just talk about the Lord's grace. They're lucky I didn't go down there.
I figured you
So.
probably did, 'cause,
And I found a doctor who would see her, but they don't prescribe medications. We get there and they're like, oh, well, we can't do that. It's our policy. Well, you're not a doctor so much as a medical consultant.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see her. Hi, yeah, come on in. Can't do anything for you, but you're welcome to come see me. Well, okay.
If it's narcotics, you can have it.
It's
No, but
Okay.
that's the thing. You're usually right about that.
No,
They're
they won't do any controlled substance at all.
Yeah, no, and yeah, they're really locking down on opioids and things like that. It is a challenge to find a doctor, especially a new one.
This is
That-
an opiate.
No, it's
But
not.
yeah,
Control.
yeah, lorazepam isn't high on anybody's list of things to.
That's still one of them that they're kind of very against.
Then they're crazy because ain't nobody on the street buying lorazepam. So, that's- yeah, Tylenol 3 has no market value. Let me tell you. So
Yeah, but
yeah.
lorazepam is out of hand, which is valued.
Yeah, like I said, there's nobody's clamoring for that product, but and she doesn't they don't give her a tub of them.
No,
she takes
it's-
she takes 5 milligrams a day.
No, 0.5.
Yeah,
0.5.
yeah.
A
So
half milligram, that's not very much.
but
You'd have to take the whole bottle to get.
yeah.
I started noticing that the only question they ask, do you want a controlled substance? Like, really, that's all they want?
Yeah. Anything else about my health or situation you're interested in? So, well, again, we know the Lord's able, and we'll pray for resolution. And hey, if sometimes the Lord tells you no, so we'll pray and we'll live with what the Lord sends us. Right? That's all we can do. That's part of that good news, bad news thing. Right? Fits right in. So we know He's a provider. He will provide one way or the other. So, all right. Any other prayer requests, guys?
My son Scott, he's back out there doing what he does. My younger son Kelly's having a family problem.
Pray for Kelly's children. Speaking of Kelly's, my wife's ex-husband Kelly came to the house. He's living on the street. Just terrible. Just in a terrible circumstances. It's just really sad. And he's just caught in the throes of addiction, and it's just tragic. It's nothing short of that. So it's just the Lord's grace and miracle that he's alive. He's lived outside all this winter.
And last winter.
And no, it's just a miracle that he hasn't been killed by the elements. Just pray that he'll open his heart just to let the Lord lead. He's just following his own path, and those of us who have followed our own path know how that plays out. So just pray that he would learn to see things God's way and not his own. So pray for my family. I said we've got my nephew's wedding coming up. There's some strife with my brother and his family. So
is it Mike is it Michael or Sammy?
Sammy.
Sammy.
so pray for Mike and just the needs of the family. Pray for everybody's safe travels. So, any other prayer requests?
Just keep my family, all my children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren in prayer, because the ones that did know God is kind of drifted away, and the ones that don't know God, they want to go another, because they won't give him a chance.
Pray for Loretta's family, John's Grace God's God full of mercy and grace. Just pray that His Spirit is just so overwhelming that they can't ignore it. Any other prayer requests?
My stepbrother and his fiance, they just had a baby, and they haven't seen, my stepbrother hasn't seen his other two sons in forever, and they're afraid their newborn is going to get taken away.
Pray for the needs of his family. Any struggles? We know that God's able. Just pray that provide a way for that family to have the healing and the wholeness that they desire. Any other prayer requests? Pray that it warms up. Got all the summer stuff I want.
Ready for spring.
We're supposed to, Lord willing, hear from the powers that be of the city next week, hopefully to get our business license for our business thing straightened out. So just pray that that finally comes to fruition. We've been a couple of years in the making trying to get that done, and hopefully we're on the precipice. So just pray that we can get that through. Pray the Lord's blessing and mercy on that circumstance for us, please. Any other needs? A prayer request, Larry? Larry in prayer, his family's has postponed the funeral of his sister-in-law's grandmother. They're going to have it this summer, you said, Larry? And, so we'll pray for them for comfort, you said, for their time of loss and need, and we'll just pray for peace and strength in their lives, and pray that they come to know the Lord in a stronger and better way. And there's just closeness between Larry and his family members. So pray for Larry's job, for both of his jobs. He's got new jobs supposed to be starting soon, and pray for his driving job that he's gotten and he's had, that they would work out well for him. Pray for Dee's job circumstance. Provide for her. God is good and He is a provider. Trust Him. We've got to let go and let God. The Bible says, "Be still and know that I am God." We've got to know that His power is greater than our power. His plan is greater than our plan. That He's never going to leave us nor forsake us. Trust in Him.
Pray for me, I need prayer.
Leola's been hurting. Pray for her body. All right. Our needs, we'll take these before the throne of grace. Jesus, we thank You for Your love. We thank You for Your blessings. We thank You for Your prophets, Lord. We thank You for Your word and for the example that You've set for us, Jesus. Most of all, we just thank You for Your saving grace, Lord, for preparing a place for us, Lord, that where You are, we may be also, Jesus. Just help us to aspire, Lord, to serve You fully and completely. Just help us to, Lord, know that through You we can do all things, Jesus. Just help us to put off the corruptibility of man, Lord, and put on the incorruptibility of Your love, Jesus. Just help us to trust in You and just give our hearts and our lives over willingly to You, Lord. Just help us to be yielded vessels, Jesus, that we might be used for Your cause and for Your glory, Lord. Just help us to reach out to those that are in need and who are lost and undone, Lord. Help us to encourage and pray for and pray with, Lord, those who are sad and alone and afflicted in the world, Jesus. Just help us to show them that there is a more perfect way, Lord, that You are that way, Lord, that You are the way, the truth, and the life, Jesus. Just help us to be a reflection of Your love and Your goodness and Your mercy, Jesus, to those around us, Lord. And ask You to touch upon these needs, Lord. Ask Your blessing upon the Lord. Just touch her body in a mighty way, Lord. Just give her the strength and the healing that she needs, Lord. Just alleviate this pain from her that she might better serve You, Lord. Just give her peace, Lord. Ask You to touch upon Coley's family, Jesus. Keep Your hand upon his children. Just Let them know that you're with them, Lord. Just let them choose that more perfect way of your love and your goodness, Jesus. Help them to surrender, Lord, their hearts and their lives and their path, Lord, to you, that they might take up your mantle, Lord, because it is easy, Jesus. Just provide for those children and help them, Lord, to see a better way, Lord. Likewise, bless Loretta's children and grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, Lord. Just meet the many needs, Lord. Just touch them physically and spiritually, and just open up their hearts that they might see the truth, Lord, that you are. Just help them, Lord, to be unable to turn away from your goodness and your glory. Just speak to them in a way that they can't ignore, Lord, and just help them to choose, Lord, this day to serve you, Jesus. Ask your blessings upon Butch and Barry and their family, Lord. Keep your hand on the whole of those children. Bless Pam and Crystal and Daryl and Pat, Jesus. Just keep your hand upon Billy. Bless them all, Lord. Encourage them and help them in every way. Help them to serve you. Bless them physically, Lord, and just provide for their every need, Jesus. And just keep them uplifted in prayer, Lord. And ask your blessings upon Roy. Just help him to get back to full strength, Lord. Just heal him with your grace. Uplift him. Just give him an extra measure, Lord, of overfilling of your healing touch. That he might be able to come back and serve and praise and glorify you, Lord, in your house, Jesus. Just purge this infirmity from him in every way, Lord, that he can better glorify and serve you, Jesus. If you touch upon my employees, bless Steve, and help him to recuperate from his illness and from his pain and injury, Lord. Just help him to trust in you and just magnify his faith in you, Lord. And upon Jack and help him to make good choices and resist temptation, Lord. Bless his friend Jeremy and help him recuperate. Help him decide to serve you, Lord, and put you first in his life. Hand on Ron and help him to be healed from this devastating automobile crash, Lord. Help him to be completely healed and be able to return to work, Lord. Help him to appreciate that it's your mercy and grace and your miracle that saved his life, Lord. Just help him to appreciate your goodness, Lord. Bless all in my employ, and help me be a good witness to them, Lord, and just help our business to prosper, and help us get a resolution to our licensing issue, Lord. Just move on the hearts of those involved, Lord, in a mighty way, and just take precedence over it, Lord. Help us to be able to give it to you and trust in you for it, Lord. Hand on Isis's family, Lord Jesus, and just bless these needs, and touch this family. Let them know that you're with them, Lord. Just provide a way for them where there seems to be no way, Jesus. Just let them know that through you all things are possible, Lord. And just show them, Jesus, that you are a God of mercy and a God of peace, Lord. Just help them to have peace and understanding over their circumstances, Lord, and just provide for them and let them feel your presence, Jesus, and just help them to know that in every circumstance, Lord, you're there with them, Lord. Just provide for them and help them to know and feel you, Lord Jesus, in their lives. Just bless that circumstance. Just your touch upon Dee's job situation, Lord. Just make the way forward. Help to be able to continue in her service to you, Lord, in this capacity, and just help her business to thrive and prosper. Bless my wife's family and her children and grandchildren, Lord. Keep your hand upon them and help us to encourage them, Lord. Bless my family and help us to travel safely for Sammy's wedding, and just keep us all safe and keep us all in a positive direction, Lord, and just help the difficulties, Lord, to pass, and help us to have love and patience for one another, and just help your peace to reign with and throughout my family, Lord. Touch Dan physically and encourage him and his family, and touch Mike and just help him in every way, Lord, to be healed, and just help for a complete healing of our family, Lord, that we might be drawn closer to one another and closer to you, Jesus. Just ask, Lord, that you touch the many needs in and around our congregation. Keep your hand on Ron and Carolyn and their families, Karen Durham and hers, Shirley Payne and her family, Lord. Just meet the many needs, Jesus. Just help us as we go forward, Lord, to serve you with the fullness of our hearts and our spirits and our abilities, Lord. Help our church workday to go well, Lord, and just help us to put our best effort forwards to glorify you and help in your household, Lord, and just help our upcoming Easter service, Lord, to be a good and positive and moving experience, Lord, for all that are here, Lord Jesus. Just bless us and help us in our walks daily, Lord, and all that we do, Jesus. We ask it in your name. Amen. All right, well, we'll have service this evening at 6 for those that want to come. And then we'll be back, we gotta start a new book, Wednesday at Bible study. So if you haven't been, this is a great time to get in on the ground floor. We're starting a brand new chapter in our Bible study. Don't even know what it is yet. We're gonna start. So great place to get on the ground floor. If you want to come to Bible study Wednesday at our house at 7 o'clock, we'll have pizza and coffee and some snacks, and start a brand new chapter in our Bible. So good opportunity for, if you want to come, this is an ideal time to start off. So keep that in mind and spread the good news, guys, that Jesus is Lord, and that through Him we can have life and have it more abundantly. Amen. That is the best news possible. So we'll shake hands and be friends. Oh, I guess we need to have offering, and we need to pray for Larry. So I'm over 2. All right, well, let's pray for Larry, and then we'll go. Lord, we ask you to touch upon Larry, Lord. Just help him in every way, Jesus. Just encourage him, magnify his faith, Lord. We ask you to help him in every way, Lord. Just bless him. Help his job environment to be a positive one, Lord. Just solve problems, Jesus, for the job that he has, and just open up new doors in his new job opportunity, Lord. Just provide for him in every way. Encourage him, Jesus, and help him to have the strength, Lord, to resist the temptations of this old world, Lord. Just help to overcome evil with good, Lord Jesus. Just help him to claim the victory in your name, Lord. Just help him to be covered by your grace and your glory, Jesus. Just help him to stand in the face of adversity, Lord. Armed with this faith, Lord, and the knowledge of your word, Jesus. Just help him to be together. And just help him to be just a beacon, Lord, for those that are lost. Help him to help win over lost souls for your glory, Jesus. And just help him to take that step and leap of faith, Lord, if he's on the precipice of it. Just help him, Jesus, to walk in faith and to trust in you, Lord. Just make a way for him, Lord. Just touch him and bless him and encourage him in every way, Jesus. Keep him safe. Bless and help his family, Lord. We ask in your name. Amen. We'll pray for victory. Strengthen him, Jesus. I know that you're with him, Lord. I know that your love is abounding, Lord, and it's greater than any problem he has. Help him to feel your presence, Lord, in times of difficulty. Help him to be able to rise above the things of this world, Lord. Just help him to rely on your strength and your faith and your mercy, Jesus. Just let your grace cover him, Lord, and just let it give him the strength to endure the challenges of this world, Lord. Help him know that you're greater than any problem that he has, Jesus. Just show him, Lord, your strength and your mercy and your peace, Jesus. Just help him to come into agreement with you, Lord. Encourage him, Jesus. Just help him in all that he does, Lord. Let us serve you, Jesus. Encourage him, Jesus. If you love him, Lord, and you will make a way. Amen. God is good. God is good. Amen. That good news is abounding.
Yes.
Sonny, you want to pray over down, Frank?
You love us. You must always forgive. You must
No matter what you do, you'll find out in the end the Lord's not giving you your silver and your gold, your love and service too. You cannot give the Lord no matter what you do. Amen. Lord, no matter what you do, you'll find out in the end the Lord's not giving you your silver and your gold, your love and service too. You cannot give the Lord no matter what you do. Amen.
Amen.
Good service today, guys. So come back next time, same back time, same back channel, and we'll do it again. All right, now you can shake hands with your friends. What's that?
Shady was gonna take a picture of me and my 4 sisters in church, my 3 sisters in church. Three sisters.
Hey, maybe she thought there was enough.
Take it. Take it, Craig. Craig.
Editing the video. Who's calling?